Event number 3 takes us to Belek in Turkey for the Turkish Airlines Challenge. Home hopeful Bülent Karatz was 1 over at this point, but after this approach into the par 3 third, he would then convert for birdie, but ultimately finish the day at 3 over. Alex Canapper had missed his 2 previous cuts, but he looked refreshed, carding an eagle here on 18, leading to a round of 5 under. Alongside him is his fellow countryman Philip Mio, 5th on the road to Ras Al Khaimah. 7 birdies and 2 bogeys sees him in contention once again. Sam Walker had the chance to move to 6 under here on his last hole, not to be. Portugal's Ricardo Santos had a blemish-free 67, but nearly a 66. Kiwi Josh Geary was going seriously low, 8 under through 7, but following bogeys on his final 2 holes, he set the clubhouse lead at -6. First Challenge Tour event of the season for Scotland's Ewan Ferguson. He was 1 over through 6, but an eagle and 5 birdies sees him also at -6. Winner in China, Kim Koivu, still clearly riding high from his victory, only had 1 blemish which came on his last hole. Can he make it back-to-back wins? Another Scot in Robert McIntyre was 6 under through 9, but he could only manage level par on his back 9, including a bogey on the last. He's joint at the top. And finally, adding to the leaders is the Barclays Kenya Open winner in Lorenzo Gagli, signing off with a birdie on the last. 2 more players at 6 under are Sweden's Oskar Längden and Nathan Kimsey, making it a total of 7 tied at the top. Day 2 saw the players greeted to slightly overcast conditions at Gloria Golf Club in the morning, with rumoured thunderstorms expected later. But out early and making the most of the chances of the leaders was Joel Gearbach. His par save here on 10, on way to a round of -5 for the day, 6 under total. One of the overnight leaders was Italy's Lorenzo Gagli, fast out the gates with birdies on the first 2 opening holes, as well as 2 more before the turn saw him extend the lead. South Korea's Min-kyu Kim had 9 birdies on the way to a round of 64, which saw him set the early clubhouse lead at 10 under. Birdie on the par 4 14th here for Jerome Lando Casanova helped him on his way to a 64, 1 back from Min-kyu. Scotland's Robert McIntyre had an albatross on the 18th, then a good save from the sand on his final hole of the day, which led to a further birdie. He sits at 10 under. Gagli finished the day blemish-free, and a birdie on the last saw him set the bar at -12. In the afternoon groupings, Ewan Ferguson was looking to improve on his 6 under yesterday. Birdie on 8 here, moving him to -8, but from there he would slip back. And Germany's Alexander Knapper started the day at 5 under. Out in 33 and then off the back of bogey on 10, he then hit his approach into the 11th, resulting in birdie, putting him at -9. But then threatening skies opened and the players came in for a delay of 2 hours. Once play got underway, Kali Samuja saved his best till last, holding this monster on the final hole in near darkness. So with a few groups still to finish their round, this is how things stand after day 2. Nathan Kimsey is currently at 9 under through 12, with notable rounds also from JB Hansen and Victor Ryu. Moving day at Gloria Golf Club, and from those that needed to finish their third round this morning, Nathan Kimsey is joint at the top with Gagley after a 6 under round, but could anyone catch them? Playing alongside them and off to a fast start was Min-Kyu Kim. Starting the day at 10 under, he immediately challenged the leaders with this approach into the first, safely converted for birdie. Lorenzo Gagley wouldn't be able to capitalise on his lead. A front 9 of 3 over saw him struggle. Italy's Francesco Laporta was also making an early move. Birdie here on 6 saw him move to 11 under, where he would stay. JB Hansen was 4 under for the day at this point, hitting this approach on 11 to 2 feet, resulting in a birdie. Sweden's Simon Forsström had the round of the day with a 66, signing off with a birdie. He sits at -11. Stuart Manley had a good par save here on his way towards a round of 6 under, another player at 11 under. Joint first round leader Oscar Langdon is another player at 11 under, a bonus birdie for him here. And as JB came down the last with a 1-shot lead, his pulled second shot found the water. Taking a drop, he came this close to making a birdie. So, a very jam-packed leaderboard after 54 holes with a total of 7 players at 11 under. The final day at Gloria Golf Club and perfect conditions for the players, who could catch JB Hansen and become Turkish Airlines Challenge Champion. JB had the chance to extend his lead straight away on the first, just missing for birdie. Ahead of them, Oscar Langdon, this approach into the 7th leading to his first birdie of the day. When JB reached the 7th, he was 15 under, nearly converting to move to 16 under. Stuart Manley was having a mixed round at this point, this par save on 11 eventually dropping in to his delight. And alongside him was Ewan Ferguson, 14 under at this point, making a good par save here himself to stay within touching distance of JB. Road to Ras Al Khaimah leader Lorenzo Gali had a final round of 5 under, a -15 total for the Italian. Jack Singh Brar was making his Challenge Tour debut this week, a birdie on the 15th the highlight, leading to him sitting alongside Gali in the clubhouse. Ferguson had the chance to get to 16 under here on the 16th, but not to be. And with JB coming up behind him, he then would make birdie on 16 to go 1 clear. A wild tee shot from Ferguson on 18 led to a double bogey, ending his chances. A further birdie on 17 for JB gave him a 3-shot lead down the last for his first Challenge Tour victory in 9 years. That win moves JB to second in the rankings, with other notable rounds from Geiger, Heisel and Schmidt. But it's JB who is champion.
Very satisfied and relieved after so many years without a win out here, and 5 second places, something like that. So finally getting it done down the stretch was a great feeling.
As we leave Turkey, next stop on our journey is Spain. See you there.